What's up, Boonies? It's showtime. How will the JAC decide to pay for Sarah Boone's prior attorneys? All one, two, three, four, five, six. Well, how many want to get paid? I think only three of them want to get paid right now. Maybe four. We'll see. Let's get into this.
You're welcome.
Okay, she's venting too. We're all venting
Yes,
this
thank you.
morning.
Next up is 2020 CF 2603, State of Florida versus Sarah Boone.
Here we go.
Mr. Lake, you're here on behalf of JAC.
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Cashman, you're here on, as one of the attorneys on the case.
I am, Your Honor. I'm assuming that, like the last attorney, I will be permitted to stay seated because of the microphone issue.
Thank you. Although I do recognize you're probably like me, it's hard to argue while you're seated.
It's a very unnatural feel.
Who else is here on Ms. Boone's case?
Frank Bankiewicz on behalf of Mr. Boone. Judge, I believe I said in my notes that attorney number 7, but I think I was actually attorney number 6 on the case. I've had the case the longest of the three of us that are appearing before the court now.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Hobson, you were court appointed to Ms. Boone at some point during her saga as well?
Yes, Your Honor. After Mr. Bankiewicz withdrew, I was appointed.
All right. So we have all three of your bills, and I know JAC had indicated they had no objection to Ms. Cashman's bill, but I did not get a similar statement with regard to Mr. Bankiewicz or Mr. Hobson, so I thought I needed to have a hearing with all three of you present. I am, Mr. Lake?
I was going to say, Your Honor, there is an objection here because essentially what we're at this point is this is compensation in excess of the flat fee because there's 3 attorneys involved. So there's no line item objections per se because these are all flat fee bills, but we're basically objecting on the basis that the total compensation here is going to exceed the flat fee to some extent.
Right. And I will tell you that I am very familiar with Ms. Boone's case because she has gone through many attorneys and has, according to Judge Kranick's order, sabotaged those relationships. And accordingly, attorneys needed to withdraw and new attorneys were appointed. And I do recognize that a lot of work was done for Ms. Boone. So we will start with Mr. Bankiewicz, then move to Mr. Hobson, and then to Ms. Cashman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Basically, I had the case for a little over a year. I had 175 hours in the case, including actually 45 hours at the jail with the defendant. When I received the case, I got a box of crazy information, I'll put it that way. And it was an entire file box, and it took weeks to go through it, categorize it, and kind of figure out what was going on in the case at that point in time. She originally had a privately retained attorney, and I basically received his case and his file because all of the other court-appointed attorneys before me, I believe, had waived any attorney's fees, and because they did basically nothing on the case. The three of us did a lot of work in the case. As I said, I did 175 hours, and even at the $75 an hour compensation, we're looking at $14,000. Spent a lot of time with Ms. Boone and a lot of time on the case. So I'm requesting a flat fee in this case.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hobson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone. Your Honor, I got the case from Mr. Bankiewicz, and I got the same information. The information Mr. Bankiewicz just recited that he had and reviewed, and in addition, of course, his information on top of all of that. I spent some time with the defendant at the jail. I spent a tremendous amount of time with the investigator reviewing the case, talking about discovery, experts, and so forth. I spent a tremendous amount of time with a proposed expert Dr. Linda DeRay, that it turns out the defendant didn't like her. I thought she'd be great. We talked for dozens of hours, almost daily, extensive periods of time, coming up with theory of defense or theories of defense. At the in fact, you combine the information from the expert defense attorney that was privately involved and took the case to the right up to the edge for trial and then had to back out. So I had that information, those boxes or box of information Mr. Bankowitz talked about. I had those, I had to go through those. I gave all that material to Ms. Cashman plus my information on top of that. Spent a lot of time interviewing people about how they'd respond if they were jurors. So I was looking at the case from all angles. I had the case from, I believe, September 23 until May 24. I would say conservatively, any lawyer that had this case can tell you easily they spend at least an hour to 2 hours on this case every single day. Given the information coming in from Ms. Boone, the matter she wanted dealt with, her theory on the law versus our theory, and it was a constant battle going back and forth. You had to deal with the gaslighting. I told Judge Kranick at the time that I withdrew that it just was too much. This case required at least 2 lawyers. I told that to Judge Kranick, plus possibly an assistant. I see now the case has 3 lawyers, plus experts that we worked at getting, plus investigators. So everything they're doing now, we attempted to do. We made every effort to do all those things. Ms. Boone now has custody of files belonging to myself, Ms. Cashman, and Mr. Bankowitz. We did just put in a tremendous amount of work. It taxed every fiber in your body and the bodies of the assistants or any person that worked with you on this matter. And I think flat fee for each of the attorney would be exceedingly reasonable, Judge. And I heard the judge comments regarding $75 an hour. I won't even speak to that. It would be totally redundant given the expert knowledge of all the attorneys and Your Honor involved in this case and any other case we come to the court on regarding fees. But this was a extremely difficult case, Judge. Most of the difficulty revolved around just handling the defendant and coordinating the defendant's thoughts on how things should go with what our experts were telling us and our investigators were telling us. So I believe the flat fee for each attorney would be anything less than a flat fee would be totally confiscatory, Judge. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Cashman.
Your Honor, I'm asking for the $15,000 flat fee, and I'm also asking to be reimbursed for the $1,800 that I paid to an expert, and JAC has a copy of my check front and back on this case. One of the issues that always has to be addressed when there are multiple attorneys, and I was the 8th attorney and the 4th private court-appointed attorney, is making a case that is old by purposes, for reasons of being on the docket for a long time, a priority, and putting aside other work. One of the unusual things about Ms. Boone's case was when I did withdraw for ethical reasons, the court found that she had forfeited her right to an attorney. She is charged by information with second-degree murder. There was an unusual amount of media attention on this case. The facts are she's accused of putting her boyfriend in a suitcase. He later dies. There is a video of this that went viral. Because the video went viral, because of coverage by Court TV, News Nation, Fox, the local channels, the Sentinel, and websites such as Know Your Lawyer, Legal Bites, and Bruce Rivers, you had to review not just the banker boxes of discovery and work done by the previous attorneys, but stay up to date with what potential jurors were viewing if they were watching it on the internet. There was a lot of correspondence between the defendant and the court. Obviously, I had to review all that. The most recent piece of correspondence when I was Ms. Boone's counsel was the 58-page letter that she wrote. And again, all these letters are published, they're analyzed. I, like previous counsel, spent an inordinate amount of time with Ms. Boone. I spent over 20 hours during my period of time that I was representing her. I believe that for multiple reasons, the court can find that this case was extraordinary and unusual, and that it would be confiscatory to not pay me the flat fee. And having provided the requested proof based on the procedure for reimbursable costs, it's my understanding that Mr. Lake is not objecting to me being reimbursed for the $1,800 that I spent to retain an expert who did not have a contract with JAC.
Thank you. Mr. Lake.
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly. But as far as the issue of the $800, JAC has no objection to that reimbursement. That's more of a technicality. The court did approve the expert. This is just the attorney getting reimbursed for expense that we have no objection to. So that's a non-issue. But you see that in the order. As far as the fees are concerned, the issue here is that other than Ms. Cashman, who submitted an hourly statement of 118 hours, none of the other attorneys actually submitted hourly statements, so we are kind of constrained by the statute. The problem is the statute only allows up to 200% of the flat fee in the absence of hourly statements. In other words, the way that the statute is worded very unusually, but essentially what it says is the court can award up to 200% of the flat fee without, and then it can only go above that if it finds that the case is confiscatory, and then can compensate the attorneys at a rate of $75 an hour. So that's where we get into a little bit of a difficulty here, because double the flat fee here would be $30,000, which is less than each of the attorneys is requesting $15,000 each, would be $45,000. As far as, and at that point, looking at the statute, what we have is Ms. Cashman, she got 118 hours in. That would represent a rate of $75 an hour, $8,850. Based on Mr. Bankowitz's statement, he has 175 hours in, which would be $13,125 at that rate. And Mr. Hobson, he just basically said about 200 hours, which would be $15,000. That's the issue, Your Honor, is that, I mean, technically compensation has to be at a rate of $75 an hour for it to go above $30,000. And so beyond that, I mean, ultimately, but you leave it to court discretion to determine reasonable fees for each attorney, and we acknowledge that this, I don't think we can even begin to dispute that this is not an extraordinary unusual case. It's just that what the statute says is how the compensation structure is set up, and we have to argue that the court needs to follow that structure.
Mr. Lake, if one bills hourly, can the others be flat fee under your interpretation of the statute?
That, until you get to double the flat fee, yes, at works, but once you go above double the flat fee, then at that point, it really should be compensation, should be $75 an hour. However, we also acknowledge that we have had other cases like this where the court has awarded the full flat fee to each attorney, and we've never taken it up. So, I mean, it's essentially, we have to argue that you can only go to 200% of the flat fee, and at that point, it has to go hourly. But we also acknowledge that realistically, there is no attorney on the other than somebody who might take the case pro bono for other reasons, there's no attorney on the surface of this planet that would take this case for $15,000. Your Honor, if I may address
I don't
the
need,
court.
I don't need to do that, Mr. Hobson. Thank you.
Yes.
I am going to award the $15,000 flat fee to Mr. Bankwitz and Ms. Cashman and a $15,000 hourly fee to Mr. Hobson. Ms. Cashman will be reimbursed her $1,800 in costs. I will issue an order to that if on each of these cases. You've sent me orders electronically and I will e-sign them. I've got it here and e-file them in just a moment. Mr. Lake, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Anything further with regard to this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I would just state that I'm not asking for this cost, but I paid over $400 in photocopy fees costs for material that I sent to Ms. Boone along the way. But I'm not asking for that to be refunded to me.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hobson.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Your Honor.
thank you. And we have one last hearing. Let me just enter these orders real quick.
So that's it. At least they don't have to split the $15K. You're absolutely right. Who just said that? I just saw your super Kelly. Yep. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Summa cum laude, you said something about you saw something on the docket that was new. And I just wanted to tell you that I just checked the docket and there's nothing new on there. Except for the items that pertain to this hearing that we're just now watching. So if there's anything about George's phone, I don't see it yet. I don't have it yet. But it's not to say I won't get it here shortly. So you guys stay tuned. I'm trying to put out as much as I can this week. I've got a lot going on. I know you do too. And we want to make it quick, precise, and to the point. I know, right? Right, Mark? What's up with that? When am I going to get to be in front of the JAC for the time we've spent on this case? We're mentally anguished over here. Oh, you guys. It's too early. I can't even. Yeah, let's hope this hurricane doesn't mess things up. Good call, Case One. You know, there's a hurricane out there, and the governor declared a state of emergency for the state of Florida. You know, I guess they're going to close down a bunch of stuff, and it's supposed to hit Thursday. I think last I looked, it was Thursday. It might be different now. We get paid in cheese slices. Girl, I like me some cheese now. Long as it's on cheese toast. What time is the hearing Thursday? Well, let me see. Thursday's hearing, and we will be streaming it live, and I promise you I will not be late. I have 10 a.m., so I think it's 9 a.m. y'all's time. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm 10 a.m. Central Standard Time where I'm at. Wouldn't that be crazy if the name of the hurricane was Hurricane Sarah, Lisa? That would be hilarious. You just got here and thought, no, I was listening to the damn hearing, Mark. And you missed it because I just woke up and I'm already yelling at people. I don't mean to yell. I'm sorry. Just a grumpy morning person. Okay, so what am I working on today? I've got some footage that I'm putting up from where Sam and I were watching a piece of the on-scene body cam footage that is it's not really been shown on court TV, I don't think. I'm sure it's out there, but we've never shown it on my channel. So we're going to do that, and Sam and I are doing commentary throughout it. It's kind of fun. I've got that, and then I've got to finish this docket dive thing. I want to do that before, now that Patricia's getting paid, we got to finish that off. I want to do that before Thursday. I've actually got a lot more than that. That's all I can think of at this moment. Let's see, what did she say? Carrie, I wonder why the ethical considerations that became problems for the other 4 lawyers aren't suddenly or continuing to be an issue now. Is he ignoring them, or is Sarah suddenly not lying? No, I think Sarah got a dose of reality sitting at that table by herself. And it took her a while to get that dose, to be honest with you. If you were Sarah Boone and you were sitting there at the table by yourself and you didn't understand any of this legal mumble jumbo, you realize that you are screwed. And then old James Owens comes waltzing in with his craziness. And even though you may not have a good feel for him, you definitely would give him a shot because you ain't got nothing else. The fact that James Owens said that he responded to Sarah based upon the ad she put out should have told us something from the very beginning. That should have been alarms going off for all of us. And no, what did we do? We ignored it. We ignored it. We thought, oh, he's being funny. No, he wasn't. He was serious. He wants his 10 minutes of fame. This man is in it for the spotlight. Pamela said, I'm surprised she's quiet during court. She knows she better be. She does. I mean, when she's in the courtroom, she holds herself together. Yeah, and now he wants a mic, portable mic to walk around and be all flashy when he's doing his thing. Do you expect the cameraman to have special angles on you as well? Hopefully the camera will be a lot better. Maybe you ought to hire your own production company, Mr. James. And if you do, can you please give me the link to their live because it will probably be better than what they're doing here. Do you know why there aren't any body cams? Okay, so something I saw about that. I don't know because we see so many body cams where they actually go into people's homes and you see all kinds of stuff that they have to redact, right? Or they have to blur out and everything. And I was trying to figure that out. Like, why wouldn't they show George's side of the story? The only thing I can figure, and somebody said something about there being privacy laws, which in Florida's an open state, but it could be a privacy law. It could be the fact that he wasn't charged on some of these times that they came in there. It could be the fact that this is going to trial soon and all this is going to get brought up. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that go into it. I'm not quite sure though, because I'm with you. I don't understand it either. Yeah, the taxpayers in Florida are fed up. Thank God most of them weren't paying attention. I hate the fact that she'll think she's so smart with that ridiculous advert. I know, CB. And that haircut. The haircut says more than the damn advert does, in my opinion. Oh, Pamela thinks he was embarrassed to ask for hair and makeup. You think so? Why is he doing that? I wonder why he's doing it. Does she really think somebody's going to do her? Y'all, it's not like it's not like he said, maybe he said it wrong. Maybe he didn't mean to say it that way. It sounded to me like he wants somebody to come in and do her hair and makeup. I don't know who's going to pay for it. Maybe he's going to pay for it. But maybe he's going to pay for it and he's just asking for the permission for the daily, what are they called? What are they called? Oh my God, I'm not awake. The guards to let her, have that done or whatever. I would have thought if he'd said, Judge, we need to get her some makeup and we just need time to apply it and we need time to fix her hair, that would have been different. But he didn't. He made it sound like, can we have somebody come in and fix like I don't think what he meant, like the JSC was going to pay for it. If that's what he meant, you guys, I'll be damned if that's what he meant. I'm trying to stay on top of your comments. It's too much. Yeah, Mark said she can be quiet because Owens talks enough for both of them. That is the truth. Something I said earlier is that, we all were like, oh, this is not going to be as fun of a trial because her attorney is involved now and it's not going to be as much fun. It's definitely not going to be boring with this dude in there. We're going to get irritated at him, though. We're already getting irritated in the hearings. I'm drinking my coffee and reading y'all's chat. He looks near retirement, Karen Duffy says. Is he doing this to himself? The stress? No, he's not stressed. He's not that stressed. And you guys, I'm telling you, those two girls, I'm not gonna say anything else because I've got a video I've got to do on that. I've got those other two motions. Sam and I are gonna get together. The last two motions that they ruled on in this last hearing, we wanted to do a little tidbit on those. So we're gonna do that too. No one in chat can work that kind of miracle. What is up with that freaking hair? Who chose that haircut? She's always worn her hair over to the side. I noticed that in all of her past things. The Mo Howard look. Mark, you're so stupid. I love you. I don't think the court should pay for her glamour makeover. I don't either. I don't think we are. I'm hoping that's not what it is. I'm thinking that He was asking for time. Surely he was asking for time, guys. Please tell me that's what it was. Will they really be able to select jury members in such a predicted time with all the press? Pop Sugar, you know what I was thinking? I really am glad that Judge Cranick said all that during the hearing this past time. He's figured it out. You guys, Judge Cranick is on top of things. This man is probably the best judge for this trial. He said, this is what we're doing. How many did he say? He's got 200 people on hold. 50 one day, 50 another day. We're going to get them in. We're going to get them out. They're going to herd them like cows. He is not messing around. And as we learned from this last hearing, it could be that this trial does run 3 weeks. I always expected it to run 3 weeks, especially when I heard how long Owens likes to draw things out. He likes to talk a lot. So he's going to get up there and do his little dance every time there's something that he can object to. The objections, you guys. Your Honor, I object. First of all, Your Honor, blah, 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 blah. Your Honor, I don't believe they're allowed to say that. They love you in the chat, Mark. You should come in the chat more often. You're not in here all the time, Mark, and that's not fair to everybody else. Good morning, my fearless friends. Hey, Lenny. Can you imagine if she comes in looking too done up? Let's get her, there's a lot of drag queens in Florida. We could get a drag queen to do her makeup and put a wig on her. That would be awesome. Ginger Minge is in Florida. Oh, she's in Orlando. Maybe we should get Ginger to do Sarah's hair. Y'all know Ginger Minge from RuPaul's Drag Race? There's a lot of good RuPaul girls in Orlando. Booberry says, let me put this up. I can see Chelsea Copsell on the stand and Sarah blurting out from the defense bench. Not intentional. No, you know what's going to happen, Blueberry. It's going to be like this. They're going to ask her a question and she's going to say, well, you know that woman has listened to herself over and over again since this thing has come up because so many people have been saying something about the way she says that, the way she talks, and she's probably improved it. So this has been a learning experience for her. Sojourner says that Brian Colbert, is he appearing now every time? I have not been following this. I followed the case when it first came out, but I've not been following his trial. Appeared at every hearing in a suit and tie. What a marked difference. Every hearing, huh? That's interesting. Well, you know what? She ran him off, El Gordo. So it doesn't matter if she thinks that, if she would be better off. I think they're made for each other. A lot of people think they're made for each other. I see that in the chat, in the comments all the time. And she's going to have her chocolates on. NRH said, Boone in her skirt with her chocolates on. Oh, when your mirror is a dented sheet of stainless steel bolted to the cell wall, every haircut looks great. Yes, you can't see the back of it. That's awesome. She walked out of that little jail hair salon and they were all like, did you see what I did to that bitch? I'm being mean. I'm sorry. Hang on just a minute. I just want to look at one other thing. Just give me one moment, please. Okay, we'll look at this. Y'all need a good laugh today, right?
Some other issues you wanted to bring up, sir.
He's got more issues than a damn People magazine.
Judge, the other thing was, of course, we've got trial coming up quickly, and generally, when in a courtroom, I do opening statement, I maybe have some demonstrative aids, but I walk around, and I understand here that we've got to be in front of a microphone. Is there any way we can set up, maybe the defense can set up a system where we can wear a mic so that we can walk to some degree?
I will have to check with court admin.
All right. And then, Judge, and I anticipate 2 more pretrial hearings. Can she wear street clothes at those 2 hearings?
If you could get it to her.
When it comes time to trial,
It's usually just for the jury.
She would like for us to have some makeup for her and somebody to fix her hair. And it's presentable to the jury that she would like to be presented.
Can we get
I need to file a motion on that? For us to have some makeup for her and somebody to fix her hair. Do I need to file a motion on that? Or
I think you're going to have to.
I can't wait to see that motion.
All right, anything else, Mr. Owens, or from your co-counsel?
Oh, it's okay, Judge Crane. We're going to be there with you, boo. We're going to be there with you. Ooh. The reason I don't like, there's two reasons I don't like Owens, and it has nothing to do with the fact that he's her attorney. Because I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all listen to my stuff when he first came aboard, I was really like, okay, this guy's pretty good, whatever. Da, da, da. I don't like him because of the way he acts in the courtroom. He's cocky. There's a difference between confidence and cockiness. And also the things that I've learned about him outside of the courtroom, I just think are just not good stuff. Not good stuff at all. Hey, Barbara. Clown show. It is a clown show. So what did y'all think when we reheard that about the makeup thing? I think he's saying she wants somebody to be able to fix her hair and makeup. So we're going to need some time for that. So we'll need her to be able to have a room or some space where she can have that done. And so we're going to need the guards to be aware, and we're going to need the jail guards, or whatever they call them, to be able to work that out for her. So I don't know. The judge interrupts, approaches. Yeah, he's disrespectful to the judge. He interrupts. He approaches without permission. Yeah, exactly. Well, he did ask the day, can I approach? But yeah, there's just, I don't know. There's just some, but what I read about him did it for me. It's like I said, it's on Twitter. I can't tell y'all what it is. Y'all got to go find it yourself. Hopefully the jail says no. Wouldn't it be funny if the jail said no? Do your own damn makeup, Sarah. He can come in there and bring a freaking mirror and let her put on a little bit of blush and mascara and be done with it. I mean, come on. I know, Boo Berry. I can relate too. But do we need to talk about, does it need to be put on the record? I don't know. I've never seen that before. Have y'all ever watched a court hearing where that's been talked about beforehand? That's kind of like, okay, when she's in there changing clothes or whatever, give her time to put on a little blush and makeup and mascara. There's not a whole lot you can do with that crater face. Give her a box. Mark said, give her a box of finger paints. Yes, she knows how to work the paints. Yeah, he does, Kova. He's got a lot of experience. He's an old dude. He's been around for a long time. He doesn't have experience with Judge Cranick, and he doesn't have experience in Orlando, apparently. So he's having to, I think Judge Cranick let him know real quick. This is not Milton, Florida. Ooh, Casey. We are nothing but mean girls today. I'm a mean girl. She wants the Betty Broderick defense with no money. Yeah, that case. Oof. She is. She thinks she's the next Casey. Yeah, I really do. I think that she thinks that she is the next best thing since sliced bread. She thinks everybody in the world is they're going to close down the banks and the government and have an off day so that everybody can watch Sarah's trial. That's what she thinks, honestly. Thank you, Ms. Janice, for your super chat. I hope they don't dress Sarah in XS clothes with staple accessories. Can I borrow a staple? Judge, do you have a staple back there that we could borrow? Do I need to make a motion for that? Paint by number. You guys are awful. Jodi Arias tried to get makeup and the jail said no. Really, CB? I didn't know that. I thought Jodi Arias went in with no makeup on specifically so she wouldn't look, so she would have that homely girl look. You know what I mean? I do too. I love this judge. Jolly Ranchers are using jail prison for face makeup. Soleil Souffle, how you know, girl? I heard that, though. I heard it was for fixing your hair, too, for, like, using it for, like, gelling your hair or whatever. I mean, trying to spike your hair or something. Mean Girls to the biggest mean girl of them all. Thank you, Veronica. That's what I'm saying. She deserves it. They use toilet paper rolls to make curlers. I get that. I could see that. Same thing. Maria says, I don't think they'll give her makeup, and for sure they won't send someone to do her hair. I'm right. They're definitely not going to pay for it. And here's the thing. It's pretty pathetic when you don't have any girlfriends that are willing to say, I know it's important to you. I'll be there to help you with your makeup and hair. And we have already mentioned how few of our friends are even aware of the case. Yeah, I know, that's so weird, isn't it? She's not as big as she thinks she is. She's not as big as I think she is. Yes, Lenny, that is a great point. Maybe her fans can help out there. Let her fans come over from that have been writing her and helping her get into an attorney. Let them come do her makeup. Considering the fact that Florida has something new on the daily, they need new audio. Yeah, they really do. I mean, they really got to work on that. I think that anybody know about how the cameras are set up in there? This is probably a Sam question. Sam, who probably is at work right now. You would think that, so I know they come in there and they have their cameras, and I'm sure I would think they have an extra mic. The problem is that they can only have their mic right there by their camera, which would pick up any kind of noise right there in the gallery alongside them. You know how they have news conference and they're allowed to set their mics in front? I wish they would do that, where all the news stations could come and set their mics and set one up in front of the judge, set one up in front of the attorneys at the podium. If they let the news stations do the audio, for sure it would be way better. But I guess they can't because of the fact that they have to be in control of what's being heard, because not everything can be heard. You guys remember the Crumbly case when Jennifer Crumbley was up there and her attorney Shannon? They had said at one point, I think it was day 2 of trial, someone had texted her and said on day 1 that we can hear you talking to your client. They were trying to talk and whisper back and forth without anybody hearing, but the microphone was picking both of them up, and everybody that was watching online, we could hear it. And so somebody texted her and told her, you gotta turn your mic off. Veronica, are you being a mean girl? Jodi Arias is pretty though, with or without makeup. Sarah, forget it. Makeup ain't gonna help. If somebody out there starts a GoFundMe for her makeover, I wish Glamour Shots was still around. That would be brilliant. That's exactly it. It's not going to change the verdict. So what does it matter? Besides the fact that we're going to see those awful images of her in her different interrogations, as we know, that did not get thrown out. I don't think he's done though, guys. I don't think he's done fighting that. I think he's going to come back and file another motion about some interrogation stuff. He's going to try, and he may wait till this trial conference on Thursday, but I do think that he's going to try to get pieces of it taken out. I guess that would be the next move, and that would make sense. Yeah, all of her fans in North Korea can come do her makeup. Oh, there's Sam. Are we talking around the water cooler next to the wanted ad? Girl. No, I'm talking next to the coffee pot in the break room. Next to the refrigerator that has all the Dr. Peppers in it. Sam, I haven't had but like one cup. I haven't even had one cup of coffee this morning. I'm still working on my first one. You want to come up, Sam? Because I want to ask you about the cameras and the audio real quick. And we're not going to stay long because I've got other editing to do. Here is the link, Sam. And you guys, you were asking me about Tyler. So here's the thing with Tyler. I want to pre-record with him and edit it. And I'm waiting for him to email me so that I can set up that and give him the link and all that good stuff. I can't do it. I guess I could put it online, but then, it's just hard trying to communicate with somebody in a comment thread versus an email. You guys are just going off in the chat. Talking about Lori Vallow. Do you know that's one trial I never watched? I was following, y'all probably know him. I was following, what's his name? From the sofa. I like him a lot. I was following his stuff. He talked a lot about the Vallow case, and I just wasn't into it for some reason. I don't know why. It just turned me off. I was like, really? I don't like the whole bringing up these people that do this religion stuff that's a bunch of crap. It just drives me nuts. Hi.
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh,
Tired. You've been busy. My goodness, have you been a busy, busy girl?
I'm telling you, I think I put in more than 12 hours. I think I put in 14 hours yesterday, and I went to bed late, and because I had to wind down because I was drinking coffee so late. And then I had to get up this morning for this, and I'm still yawning. I
I was in
apologize,
your
y'all.
chat at 7:30 this morning. I was like, what is going on in here? Said hi to a few people. Like every time I turn around, a new Carrie video is dropped. I can't get anything done.
I know. I know. I'm worried that I'm putting too many out at one time. People can't keep up with what I'm putting
Hi,
out.
Cindy. No, I think they're good because they're short and they're funny. And hi, Mark. Oh, Carrie's meeting today. No, she's just tired, which I understand.
No, I'm not trying to. What did he say about me? Glad you're here, Sam. Carrie's mean today. I wasn't yelling at everybody earlier because I'm just like I'm not awake. Okay, here's what I want to ask you. You're dealing with a government entity. I don't guess we could have the media in there controlling much of the audio for the mere fact that that the court doesn't have control of the audio could be a problem.
So you mean like when it's live streaming out to us? There's
Yeah.
a pool camera, so there'll normally just be one camera recording what's going on, but they don't have anything to do with the in courtroom audio at all. And some of these courthouses were just not built for this.
I know.
They're not up to snuff on the technology, but you would think 4 years after we all went to Zoom that it would be better than it is. I have never seen such bad audio as is coming from Sarah's courtroom. Like that's just unbearable.
Well, it would just be so much better if they would let like some of the media take over the audio, put their cameras up so we could all hear clearly.
Right. Well, I mean, there is a camera up and it is recording audio, but the bad audio is coming from the courtroom. So there's nothing the cameraman can do because they're seeing that they're pulling in what is being said in the courtroom. You know what I mean? So like they're recording the bad audio and just pushing it out to us.
No, I get that. Well, what I'm saying is boot the courtroom audio that they've already got in there and let the media come in with their audio. You know how when you go
Yeah, but they can't carry because
That's what
the
I'm saying. Why
court
can't they?
reporter has to be hooked into the courtroom system. And also the Zoom for the attorneys and all that stuff. So they wouldn't be able to do that. Now, in federal courtrooms, I've seen it where mics are dropped in from the ceiling, but those cases are not televised, so I have no idea how the sound is. Sojourner, there will be 12 jurors.
I think there's going to 12. I was going to say.
Jury selection will be on October 7. It's going to start then. And boy, that judge has a plan. Good for him.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start streaming about 30 minutes early that morning. And then we'll get our ducks in a row. And between now and then, you guys, I have so much to put up for y'all. I just want to get everybody up to date on the case. All the little things that I'm finding in this police report that I'm going through, I'm trying to pick them out. And I'm trying to put them out individually because I want us to pay attention to all the small things. Because at the end of the day, I think all the small things are going to matter in some way, shape, or form, especially when you're dealing with James Owens.
I agree with you. CB, so the camera is in the gallery, right? And it has to stay away from the jury. So you normally will see, depending on whether there's one or two cameras, if there's one, then you'll see the judge and you'll see the witness testifying. If there's two, there may be one doing what you want, which is facing back towards the defense table so you can see her. And I'm not sure what's going to happen there.
Ozzy,
No, you won't see
actually,
jury selection. No, you won't.
we might.
No, I don't.
I just did a
believe so.
trial. I just did a trial in the Ocala trial in Florida. We just did it.
And they
And
let
we,
you.
Yep. We were watching the jury selection.
Wow. Okay, that's stunning to me because I've never had that happen.
Look,
Usually,
I'm not going to be embarrassed for being prepared. If I'm there, I'll put it this point. If I'm there and on October the 7th and we're waiting for them to come on stream to do a jury selection and they don't come, I know y'all be good by not being mad at me because I have no control over that. But I would rather be there than not be there.
so the funny thing is about jury selection is it's like this confessional. It's the weirdest thing. The last voir dire panel we had in was 75 to choose a jury of 12 plus 2 alternates. And people will they start spilling like their family secrets. It's insane.
They'll tell you anything you need to hear to get out of jury duty.
Well, I mean, but half of them do want to be there and some of them don't. And it's just wild. It's just wild. I'm always shocked when we're doing jury selection.
Can you imagine if I got called for jury duty at this point? You guys would be like, yeah. So, ma'am, what do you do for a living? Oh, I run a true crime show where I air trials, live stream trials from Law and Crime and Court TV. Yeah, I'm all about it.
Did I tell you about my last jury summons?
No, what happened?
I got summoned for criminal trial, starting in the courtroom next door to a criminal trial I was working in the same day. So I wrote on my little form, sorry, I'll be next door in that courtroom because I'm a criminal defense investigator. And maybe next time you should choose me for something civil.
And they said, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Cher said, I've never seen a jury filmed in a court live stream. I know, but if you look at that Ocala case that we just did, what was her name? The lady that shot her neighbor. That was the last, wasn't it the last trial we looked at? It was a week-long trial, and we watched it live. Crazy, right? And it was Florida.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in court? No, but Sam's going to go. We're going to send her there.
I told you I would not.
You should go, Sam. You should go. We should be. And I want to see you out of the courthouse on the steps with a microphone reporting back to us live.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can dream, Carrie. You can dream. I am not going there because one, Orlando traffic. If anyone has ever lived in Central Florida, Orlando traffic is something to behold and not something to be stuck in. It's awful. But also, I have a feeling this is going to be an absolute circus. And so I'd rather sit here on the live streams with you all than go try to deal with that mess there.
Thank you for putting that up, Bama. And yes, Mel's over there in Orlando. Mel, you should go. You should go. And then you should I think you could get in trouble though. You can't record. Well, no, you wouldn't get in trouble. She wouldn't get in trouble if she was texting on her phone during court, would she?
It depends on the bailiffs, honestly, whether people in the gallery can have their phones out or not. Honestly, I swear it depends on the judge and the bailiffs and how they run their courtroom.
Oh my God. Ozzy said, I saw a case recently where the judge named every juror after the trial was over. I really hope he gets disbarred. Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Oh my God. Ozzy, where was that out of?
What state? Do you remember? Oh, where Michelle saw it too. It must have been something on Court TV then, if y'all all saw it.
Wow.
CB, I've never been called. You've never been called? And you're 57, Karen? Wow.
CB, I agree with you. I think that Judge Koenig's going to run a really tight ship in this case.
Mark, I don't know if you saw it, Sam, but before you came up here, Mark said he was going to do a GoFundMe for Sarah's her makeover.
Mm-hmm.
And now Laura's saying, no, we need to change that to, we need to send Mel to the courthouse for the day. We need to get Mel a makeover, send her over to the courthouse. No, not that you need a makeover, girl. You just deserve it. Go get her a petty and a mani. Send her over there to do her thing. You think CB thinks they're going to run a tight ship on this case? I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Sam. You were saying what you thought about this case, about how you thought it was going to go.
I 100% agree with CB, especially how we've seen how tightly Judge Koenig runs everything. This is not going to be chaos. This is going to be he'll control it really well. And my guess is because of the publicity, they'll have an overflow room if they don't straight out move to a bigger courtroom. I'm not familiar with the Orlando courthouse. So
Erin said she didn't think that the Florida have the promise of anonymity. I thought every jury was supposed to have that promise, no matter where you are, because that could be dangerous.
Erin, to my knowledge, juror names do not get published. So what'll happen is if people get called for jury duty, at some point in the morning, the lawyers will all be in the courtroom, and the court will start handing out to us like these big maps almost of the gallery. So it's squares, right? So that you're looking out at the gallery, and jurors will be numbered, and they fill in like almost like a snake, row to row. And then they give us the juror questionnaires so that we can start filling in their names where they go on the chart, and we can read about, like, have they ever been a victim of a crime? Have they ever been convicted of a crime? Are they law enforcement? Are they anti-law enforcement? And so on and so forth. So we start with a lot of paperwork, and then the jurors are always known by their number. And I've never known, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I've just never seen the jurors' names get published.
Okay, Sam and I have decided that we want to do a live stream with everyone, and we want to hear about your theories in regards to what you think happened with Sarah and George that night. There's multiple theories out there, and you guys have put so many in the chat. I cannot keep up with all of them because, and every day I'm getting a new thought in my head. Like I just read one last night. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. So what we're going to do is a live stream, and you're going to be either allowed to come up on chat, or you have to pre-email me your theory so I can read it online and you got to put your name of your channel and all that. So my question that I'm fixing to put a poll in, we're going to do it next week. What day is best for our theory?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm putting a poll in the chat, and I'm typing while I'm putting it in there. What day is best for our theory live stream? Interactive live stream. Let me change that. Hang on.
I saw somebody said that jurors are allowed to talk. Absolutely, 100%. They can go out and speak to whomever they want, or they don't have to. But like I said, I was not aware that juror names could be public record here, or that would be released. That would be new to me. And I think that'd be I think the judge has the ability to seal the juror names because they did that maybe in the Karen Reed trial. No, I want to hear y'all's theories. You don't need to know mine.
Let's see what they're doing there. Y'all put it in there. Vote, please vote now, because this is going to be important. I want all y'all to be able to be here. Next week is our last full week before her trial starts. Her trial starts the week after Monday.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? We're already here.
Carrie? I did.
I put a poll. Well, you may not see it while you're on live stream.
Because I'm a streamer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you won't see it in streamer. Streamer sucks. We've got a lot of people that want Monday. Y'all want Monday because it's closer.
This coming Monday.
Which that's fine, but you have to go into the description section in any video of mine, even on my main channel. Find my email address in there. Email me your theory if you do not want to come up on screen and speak. And I will tell you, as we're pulling these out and inviting people to come up on panel to speak, we're going to choose members first. And that also goes for the ones we'll be reading as well. So just FYI, actually, they get first priority.
Should be pretty entertaining, for sure.
I mean, if you think about it, it is really interesting. Everybody says, oh, it's cut and dry, but maybe it's not. I mean, we are talking about Sarah. We know that there's only little bitty bits of truth in everything she does. What?
It's salacious speculation.
Is that what we're going to call them?
Inviting everyone to do. We're inviting
speculation.
Speculations. Yep.
All right. So that's what we're going to call the stream. So y'all be on the lookout for it. It looks like Monday's the day y'all want to do it. I hope to God I don't have to go take care of my uncle on Monday. I'll have to check. We're all
Laura,
taking
it's not
turns.
going to be a members only stream. She's just saying that member questions can come up first, or members' theories.
Yeah, we're in the order that we take them. I will have to do members first. Oh, and Barbara just gifted a membership. Thank you, Laura. I mean, Barbara. Hang on, I'm trying to find my StreamYard. Here it is. Thank you so much. Carrie, that going to be a member? Oh, sorry. Sarah was so drunk and angry. George wasn't drunk. He was trying to leave when I think he was drinking. Gene, I think that he was drinking. And I should probably save this for Monday, but I think that part of the reason why he didn't fight so hard in the suitcase was because he was drinking.
Mm,
Yeah, I do.
maybe.
So again, email me your theories if you do not want to come up on panel and speak. And if you do want to come up on panel and speak, if you need to write down your theory just so you're prepared, please do, because I'm going to give you guys like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. That's probably a long amount of time to come
Mhm.
up and give your theory, because I feel like we're going to have a lot of them. And if you guys, I'm going to be prepared to pull something from the comment section if we don't have enough people that want to do it, because y'all are so weird about coming up on screen.
Aaron, explain the rules for the theories. I didn't catch everything. Carrie, you want to explain it again?
The rules? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me be more specific. Okay. So what we're going to do is we've been talking for a long time about what we thought happened that night. You know, did she push him down the stairs? Did he get in the suitcase before while it was upstairs or when it was downstairs? We want your theory of what you believe happened, what Sarah did, what George did that night, how he got those bruises, the banging that the neighbors heard, how he ended up where he ended up in the suitcase over by the kitchen, away from the staircase. Yeah, that's what we're going to discuss.
And we're going to call it Salacious Speculations.
Suitcase Sarah Ooh, I can't even say that fast.
Suitcase Sarah's Salacious Speculations.
There you go. I like it. I like it. Would now be a good time to make an announcement, Sam? Speaking
Sure.
of
What are
salacious
we announcing?
speculation, your announcement.
My announcement?
Sam's having a baby.
Oh, what? My God, if my family is listening, then you just gave my father a heart attack.
I'm just kidding, Dad. No, something that we've been talking about that I think you need to go ahead and put it out there.
About me?
About what
doing
you're going to
what-
be doing.
Oh.
Yeah. Just go ahead and make the announcement now.
For like 4 or 5 years now, I've had this idea to come on and do a YouTube channel or podcast where it was me and someone who was interested in legal stuff, but didn't, like, a lot of my friends are lawyers, for example. So I wanted to be able to have these ongoing conversations about the law. But now I got to thinking the other day, what if I did OJ? Because OJ was the original sort of televised big trial. And I remember watching the Bronco chase while I was in college. And so much of sort of what we have come to know and I guess expect from trials has come from the OJ trial. And it had such a huge impact. And I just thought maybe that would be interesting to sort of do a review of and compare it to how things are done today.
But the big thing is she's going to start a podcast, damn it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to for a long time.
She's had it on her mind, and I think it's a great idea. And so when she has all that set up and gets it rolling, we'll send you guys over there so you can mark it. And I'll probably be on there some bits too, because you wanted someone that was uneducated in the law.
You will 100% be on there. You will
So-
100% be on there. Oh, thank you. Do you guys think it's a good idea? Would you be interested in that? I mean, there was so much craziness. And you know what, you guys? I saw Kato Kalin once at the Chateau Marmont in Hollywood.
Hey, if the suitcase unzips, you must acquit.
Yeah, I would. So I would like to go back and sort of like almost like how we do live streams now. Thanks, guys. How we sort of do live streams now, only you know, we can cut it down. We don't have to go through every agonizing bit of it. But I think it would be so interesting to look at it. We're in 2024, and that was what, maybe, I want to say it was like 1996. I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody can correct me on that. I just thought it would be a really interesting look at things. And I know that right now there's a documentary out about the Menendez brothers, and I don't find that case to be as interesting or as intriguing as OJ was.
Have you watched it? I started watching that. I watched the first episode, and it's all about them looking like models. It's not about really the story. It's about the people that and the way they look. I was like, really? They got these gorgeous looking guys to play the brothers, and I'm like, really?
Mm.
Go
I've
ahead.
watched all the other like documentaries where they participated in it, and I just don't understand what the fascination there is. I mean, I
I
feel like
know.
everything has come out. And the other thing I thought about with the OJ case is he wrote this book, right, called If I Had Done It or If I Did It, explaining how he would have done it. And I've never read that book, but I'm inclined to now.
Oh yeah, read it so I don't have to. Seriously.
I'll schedule that in with the rest of the stuff I'm reading.
You know that's going to require us to watch the OJ trial again.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
what
know. That's what I'm
maybe what
saying, though. Like, we would do it like, you know, pieces of it live stream like how we do now so that people can talk in the chat with us. What do you think about that?
Oh, okay. Well, would you want to watch it the live stream on this channel and then do the podcast of it on the other channel, or how would you want to do that? Or would it
I
be too
don't know.
confusing? Would it
I
be
don't
too
know.
We got to figure it out. Y'all give us your thoughts in the chat. Give us your
Mhm.
thoughts in
But
the
yeah, I
comments.
would 100% love to hear your comments or your thoughts about if you'd be interested in something like that. Looking at it today with like Carrie, who runs a true crime channel, and then me, who lives in the true crime world for work.
That's not what she told me. You know what she told me when we weren't on live stream? She goes, "Someone that doesn't know anything about the law." That's what she said. Talk
Okay,
about
but I
me.
didn't.
Talk
I
about me.
know,
And I agree. I agree. It's okay.
but almost everybody I know is a lawyer. So that's what I meant, is that I can't take my lawyer friends. I mean, I could ask them about different things, right? But I wanted somebody that did not have a legal background, I guess would be the better way to say it. Laura, I think you're right about that. And I need to stop thinking about things and just do them.
Laura just reached 1,000 subs on her channel, and she's not.
Congratulations, Laura. I need to go over there and check out your channel. You're
You
doing
have
Gacy,
got to.
right?
Yes, she's got. How many series are you going to be doing, Laura? She's on part 5 of the series. It's so interesting because she had ties to him because she's from that area and her family knew his family, and
Oh,
so yeah,
wow.
it's a totally. Even if you think, oh, I've already seen everything I want to see on Gacy, no, you need to watch this because she has some inside stories.
That's
Um,
awesome. That's awesome. I will definitely check that out. I live on YouTube, it seems like, which is insane. Because it's what I
okay,
do for work.
somebody help CB. Somebody help CB. CB, you're showing up as a member now, hun. I see the little thingy on the little mark next to your name. So you're a member now. Another thing too, you guys can do is go over to the members. Go over to my Buy Me a Coffee /characters, and you can sign up there as a member. There's a lot of good things going on in there, and we're gonna have a members only on YouTube to talk about that. What we're gonna go through what's up over there because I've got a bunch of images and pictures and stuff that I've put together on the Sarah Boone case. Excuse me, that I haven't put out on YouTube. So yeah. I can't believe there's still 248 of you guys in here listening to us just babble.
They're like me, I guess, procrastinating.
I
Because
know.
that's what I'm doing. I was starting to read trial transcripts. And then I keep getting these notices from you. And I have to jump on here and see what you're talking about.
All right. Well, you guys listen, I'm going to go ahead and call it because you need Laura's channel link. Laura, put your channel link in again. No, we love y'all. Share. I would love to be a member. Gene P. Gene P, it's only $1 over at Buy Me a Coffee. It's like hanging out with the good pals. It's great here. That's why I put it. I'd rather have y'all don't have to pay a lot of money to be a part of it, but then everybody pitches in a little bit, and then that way we all are happy. Casey, have you joined Carrie's new stuff? I need help with it. Yeah. Barbara, you freaking send me coffees from there all the time, Mama. What do you mean you need help with it? You've been to that site. Girl, go to the homepage of the site, of my homepage, and you'll find it. There's a tab up at the top that says, okay, shoot, hang on.
There's all kinds of cool stuff over there. She'll bring it up on the screen now.
I'll do it right now.
It's kind of like getting a look inside Carrie's head. Sean Kearney
Which is-
keeps asking why, what.
It's super scary. Yes. Mark's not on here anymore, else we get all kinds of comments when you just said that. Okay. So here's the homepage now, Barbara. And right up here it says memberships. If you click on memberships, you can join, and you join on a monthly basis. There's 4 different levels. No matter which level you pick, you're getting the same exact perks. It's just a way for you to be able to decide how much you can contribute to our content. And we're putting up things that, tons of posts, getting into all kinds of good stuff, talking about Sarah Boone trial right now. There's a gallery. Yeah. And the other thing too, I was going to tell you guys, is that because I want to be 100% transparent with this, I'm keeping up the money that's being raised since we started the memberships. So right now we've got $73.54. And when I get to $500, I'm going to contract out and get somebody to help me with email marketing on my channel. So that's that.
Plus, you can buy new equipment and different things like that.
Yeah, I need a new microphone. Oh, and by the way, there's only like there's two rules to the channel. You have to be kind to one another, as always, which most of you guys are. I never have to say anything to you. And then the other thing is that I ask that you please do not share any photos outside of the private members only site, and any kind of documents or anything that I upload, because a lot of this stuff might be, if it's court documents, that's one thing. If it's stuff that I've received from the police department, I don't want it getting out there, because I have gone to retrieve it for everybody. And if I find out people are putting the stuff from my site out, I will remove them as a member.
There you have it.
And when you're in here and you want to go back to my YouTube page, you just click this right here. And what does it do? It takes you here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here.
Bye, guys.
I want to get some stuff done so I can get you guys out, get it all out this week. And then, because we're running out of time. And then the next time I'll see you guys live will be Thursday. Well, maybe Wednesday night, but definitely Thursday. Okay.
All right. Sounds
Talk
good.
to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.